Ready to see what your body's been hiding from you? Let's flip the switch on your inner beast. Number 7, hysterical strength. When you become a superhuman without anyone yelling, transform. You're so weak you have to lean sideways just to push a chair. But the moment your loved one is in danger, your body can lift a car and you have no idea how. It's not a superpower. It's your brain's built-in oh no mode, inherited from back when we had to wrestle saber-toothed tigers. Hysterical strength is a rare phenomenon where the human body activates nearly all its muscles at once in moments of crisis. A famous case. In 1982, Angela Cavallo, a mom in Georgia, USA, lifted a Chevrolet Impala over 3,500 pounds to save her son trapped underneath. She wasn't an athlete, no cape, just a full-blown mama bear meltdown and enough adrenaline to power a mini nuclear reactor. Scientists call it hysterical strength. When your brain senses a life-threatening emergency, it disables all safety limits, like removing the speed governor from a race car. Pain? Not registering. Muscle tension? Don't care. Torn ligaments? We'll deal with that later. Normally, your brain limits how much muscle strength you can use, like a built-in safety feature. But when adrenaline floods your system, it temporarily disables this governor and blocks pain, allowing full power output. This shows that your brain doesn't just control behavior, it controls how much access you get to your own physical abilities. In other words, you're stronger than you think, literally. Number 6, fasting for 382 days, when your body eats its own fat like a metabolic pro. Most people skip breakfast and feel dizzy. Some brave souls try intermittent fasting. Angus Barberi, the man fasted for over a year, no food at all, just water, black tea, and vitamins, then stood up, 276 pounds lighter, and said, "Cool, I'll have a boiled egg now." In 1965, Angus Barberi, a 546-pound man from Scotland, went on a medically supervised fast that lasted 382 days. He consumed no solid food, only water, tea, and supplements. He lost more than 276 pounds and remained healthy with no major complications. The case was published in the Postgraduate Medical Journal in 1973 as a rare example of human metabolic adaptation. Physiologically, after 2 to 3 days of no food, the body enters ketosis, burning stored fat for energy in the form of ketones. In individuals with high fat reserves, this state can last for months. As long as water and micronutrients are maintained, the body can restructure its energy system internally without external food. However, this is only safe under close medical supervision. DIY long-term fasting can lead to electrolyte imbalances, heart failure, and death. Barberi's case is an extreme example of how the human body can recalibrate homeostasis, and science is still exploring its boundaries. Number 5, perfect pitch. You hear a washing machine, they hear a B flat. You're fiddling with the TV volume for that just right sound when someone next to you frowns and says, "That F sharp is slightly off, probably a 1/8 tone string sag." They're not being dramatic. They're hearing exactly that, and they know its name. Perfect pitch, or absolute pitch, is the ability to identify or reproduce any musical note without reference. People with this skill can hear a note like a car horn or a printer and instantly say that's an F sharp or that's a B flat, like a walking spectral analyzer. This ability is documented in musical prodigies like Mozart, Mariah Carey, and especially Jacob Collier, who can distinguish notes that fall between standard semitones. Neurologically, perfect pitch is linked to an enhanced development of the brain's left temporal lobe, especially the auditory cortex. MRI scans show that people with perfect pitch have denser gray matter in this area. It usually appears only in individuals who are exposed to structured musical training before the age of 6 or 7. After that, the brain loses the ability to name pitches absolutely. Perfect pitch can't be effectively trained in adulthood and is believed to result from a mix of genetic predisposition and early environmental triggers. It's a prime example of the brain's advanced auditory signal processing, though the exact genetic basis remains unclear. Number 4, extreme cold resistance. While you're bundled up in Dalat, he's taking an ice bath for fun. Some people shiver from a light breeze sneaking through their sweater. Others swim in ice water like it's a summer spa day. Ask them, "Aren't you freezing?" And they'll say, "I exhale white blood cells. Want to try?" What used to be considered a genetic fluke or just good circulation was flipped upside down by the case of Wim Hof, a Dutchman famously known as the Iceman. Wim Hof can sit in ice baths for nearly 2 hours, run Arctic marathons in nothing but shorts, and climb Mount Kilimanjaro in freezing temperatures without cold weather gear, feats previously considered biologically impossible without fatal core temperature drops. A 2014 study at Radboud University in the Netherlands showed that Wim Hof can voluntarily activate his sympathetic nervous system, something traditionally seen as automatic and beyond conscious control. Through his specialized breathing and meditation techniques, he stimulates brain regions that control internal organs, releasing adrenaline, increasing heart rate, and suppressing the sensation of cold. What's more, Hof's immune response to inflammation, measured through LPS exposure, was significantly different from control subjects, suggesting he can regulate cytokine levels more effectively. His case offers rare proof that the human brain might be able to control involuntary systems, if properly trained. Though science hasn't fully cracked the mechanism, this opens doors to potential treatments for inflammation, autoimmune issues, and autonomic nervous disorders. Number 3. Expanded vision. When they say these two greens are different and you're just plain wrong. You see two greens that look exactly the same. They see an olive-tinted cool green with ash-gray undertones and a sun-warmed mossy green. They're not being artsy. They actually see things you can't because their eyes have more hardware. Some people, mostly women, have 4 types of cone cells in their retinas instead of 3, a condition called tetrachromacy. Research from the University of Newcastle, UK, shows that tetrachromatic individuals can distinguish up to 100 million colors compared to the 1 million colors perceived by the average person. It's usually inherited through the X chromosome and is expressed when the additional cone cell type is functionally active. Tetrachromats don't just see more colors, they perceive subtle shifts within shades that most people can't tell apart. They can see differences between identical curtains or detect hints of metallic or violet hues that standard vision completely misses. While rare, tetrachromacy shows that human color perception isn't fixed to 3 channels. Our genetic structure and neural processing could allow for richer sensory experiences, raising the question, are we living in a visually limited world, filtered by our own biology? Number 2. Hyperthymesia. When someone remembers that you wore the wrong shirt to confess your love. You forget your 4-digit email password. Someone else remembers Tuesday in 1987, it rained lightly, they wore a gray sweater, ate a chicken sandwich, and got laughed at for forgetting homework. And here's the kicker. They can't forget, even if they want to. Hyperthymesia is an ultra-rare neurological condition where individuals remember every day of their lives with abnormal precision, from the weather and conversations to their exact mood and activities. The most famous case is Jill Price, who could recall every detail from her teenage years onward. Researchers at the University of California, Irvine verified her memory by asking about specific dates, like February 12, 1991, and she'd say, Tuesday, woke up at 6:42 a.m., went to school, it rained, mom packed a chicken sandwich. fMRI scans show that hyperthymestic individuals have unusually large and active temporal lobes and amygdalas, brain regions tied to long-term memory and emotional processing. But the precise mechanism remains a mystery. These memories aren't memorized in the usual sense. They spontaneously surface when prompted, like a built-in mental archive. However, hyperthymesia doesn't mean higher intelligence. These individuals often struggle with abstract data like numbers or formulas. What they recall is personal, lived experience. This shows that the human brain can store far more than we think, and that retrieval depends more on how we organize and prioritize memories than on raw capacity.
Number 1. Super reflexes and time distortion. When you dodge a ball so fast, even you're like, wait, what? A ball flies at your face. You dodge. It whizzes past. Your friends yell, dude, that was insane. You smile and say, I have no idea how I did that. And you're not bluffing, because your brain actually did it before you knew it. This is known as time dilation, and it occurs during extreme danger, when time seems to slow down. Whether it's a near accident, a falling object, or a slip from height, people often report everything happening in slow motion. It happens because the brain's amygdala, our emotional and survival alarm system, kicks into overdrive. It boosts processing speed, floods the system with adrenaline, and widens attention span. As a result, we perceive events in greater detail, creating the illusion of slowed time. On top of that, reflex signals bypass the conscious brain and travel through the brainstem's shortcut pathways. This allows for movement before we're even aware of the threat, so it feels like we reacted faster than thought. This phenomenon was tested by neuroscientist David Eagleman at Baylor College of Medicine, where subjects fell in safe conditions and recorded time seeming to stretch despite no actual change in real time. It proves that during survival situations, the brain can break its usual limits, processing, analyzing, and reacting faster than conscious thought itself. Still curious? Totally new topics coming up. Don't miss the next videos.